It's a fucking nightmare, you bitch!
What is up, guys? It's me, TheGamingD. Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be more of a, it's going to be showing my journey, I'd say. My journey on building my first, gaming PC. It's not my first PC I've ever built, because I did take a class on this for this reason, to build a PC. I took a class in high school. If you know Jacob, he took it with me. And hold on, I'm itching my arm. And yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys my journey, the parts I get, when I get them. So I'm gonna start off with today what I got in the mail. This glare is terrible. So the first thing I got is the Corsair H100i V2 CPU cooler. And if you can see it right there, let me do a little bit of this action. There we go. So I got this CPU cooler. 90% of my I wouldn't say 90%, but most of the parts for this computer that I'm building are from Corsair, and I can thank my friend Josh. He's used to be in a lot of my videos in my Counter-Strike days. So yeah, he helped me. He sent me all the things for all the links for his PC that he built. His was, I'd say, about $500 more than mine. I have changed up the type of RAM that I want to get, and what else did I do? I changed up something else. I know that, but I changed up a couple things on there just to bring the price down, plus I got some of this stuff on sale. Now this I got for $85 on Amazon, plus tax and shipping and stuff, so it came up to like $101 or something like that. And then right after I bought it, I looked to see, and it went up about $20, $20 to $30. So I was like, damn, I was lucky for that. The one thing I was not lucky for was the processor and the, what's it called? The power supply, there we go. Those did go up in price, and I have not bought those yet. So far, I got the processor cooler. And again, I'm going to tell you why I got this. I got it because of the, for one, it's water cooled, so I don't really have to worry about it. It's not really loud, and it has like a built-on thermal tape, so I don't have to use the thermal paste on that. So I thought that was pretty cool to have. So far I got the processor cooler. I have the case itself and the motherboard. The case and the motherboard still have to come in. The case is on its way, and the motherboard was not in stock, so I had to order it, and it goes in stock on the 1st, which is tomorrow, because this is the 30th. I'm filming this at like 3 in the morning. So yeah, I got this. I'll keep you guys up to date. This might be a kind of a long video, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and would like to enjoy seeing me go through the process of building my first PC. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip, which will probably be like in like a second, not even. So, boy. What is up, guys? I'm back with another update when it comes to my dog. I'm kidding. He just walked in while I just closed the door. Today, I got my my case for my PC, and as you can see right here, it's a Corsair Vengeance C70. Now, I got the suggestion to get this from Josh. I mentioned him in my last video update, I guess. It's a cool case. It's basically military based. Button, on button, you got your mic and headphone jack. I'm pretty sure these are USB 3s, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have this switch over, or like this cover over the restart button, which is great. I love it so much that it has that, just because I'm not going to be accidentally bumping into it. And yeah, I think that was a cool idea. Now let's turn it to the side. And on the top, we have these these things on both sides to lift it if needed. Now, the whole idea of this case is supposed to give you the impression that it's like a military, what's it called? Ammo crate. So here you got obviously the glass. I think there's plastic on the other side of the screen of this, but I'm not sure. I know I gotta clean it because I took off the glass. I don't know if I'm gonna put two fans here. We're gonna see after we look at this. Ooh, I almost tipped it over. This is pretty dusty on the inside, to be honest. For being brand spanking new, it must have been just sitting in a warehouse. Bud, sit down. Sit down and enjoy. Sorry, I was talking to my dog. So, with this case, obviously you got right here where the motherboard's going to go, all of your slots down here for your power supply, and if you want to, you can put a fan down here after you put your power supply in. Now, it comes with 3 built-in fans already, 1, 2, and 3. Up here we got our, area for any of the drives we need. Most likely, this disk drive that's right there is gonna go into here because I'm not gonna pay for another one. And same with the hard drive from that other computer. This is most likely gonna go in here. And I don't need an SSD because I'm getting one that goes onto the motherboard. Now, the other side you can open up, and there's a fair amount of space. I'd say there's about, half a centimeter, maybe a centimeter if I'm lucky. I don't know. I'm not good with measurements, but it's pretty cool. I enjoy this a lot. I could have got it in military like green, but I did the flat black because I want to do like a blue theme on the inside with lights. And I don't think the green would have looked great with that. So this was pretty much it. If you're wondering what this is just all the screws and stuff that came with the case. And yeah, hopefully next thing that we're going to be getting here soon is most likely my motherboard, which is going to be the next video clip, and then the what's it called, the processor, there we go. And then from there we will most likely be installing the motherboard and the CPU cooler with the CPU on there on the motherboard once I get it. With the fans, I might be getting the new fans at a later date once I get this computer fully built and functionable. So yeah, this honestly costed me, say, about $120 just for this case, and honestly, I recommend it. It's all steel, no plastic other than these trays. These trays are plastic, but that makes sense, and they're flexible, and you don't need to put like special screws in there. You can just bend it onto your drive if you need it, which is really cool. So it's all metal, and it's amazing. The back of it here, I'm not going to take it off, but it has great cable management, and I think it's just going to be a good PC overall. Now, this is my new one, and this right here is my old one. So, hopefully, we can have a better looking system. This one's obviously way bigger now, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. So we'll see you guys when the next piece comes in. Peace. Alright, now I forgot to say something about this case. When I got it, I was honestly mad because I was supposed to get it the same day I got my CPU cooler, but for some reason they left it in California for an extra day. So it came in today on the 30th, the last day of the month. Thankfully, because they're like, oh, it's gonna come in between the 30th and I think like the 4th or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, come on. Why? Like, why does this have to be me? And then, when I actually get it, on the bottom, there's two screens. I'll try to show you right now. On the bottom right here, you probably can't see it, but there's two screens that are put on. So if you need to clean them with the fans down there, you can just pull them out, clean them off, push them back in, and there's two for the front and the back, so there's not just one really long one. And the screen was not put in all the way, so whoever boxed it messed up, and it came to, let me pop a squat real quick. It came to, I'd say, about here on the back where the power supply was supposed to go. Now, this thing is supposed to go fully underneath, and what happened was whenever they put that on, they didn't push it on all the way, or when they were putting it in the box, it pushed out a little bit, and it ended up bending it, so it was not straight. So I almost, and plus half of, like a little bit of it's cracked, and my dad's like, why don't you just send it back and get a new one? I'm not gonna deal with that. It works. It went back into place. Yes, the plastic did bend, but it went back into place. Another thing, there's a chip mark on one of the doors, and there's just missing paint, so it's silver. But overall, it's a great case. I got it later than I thought, but it's gonna be good. So now I'll see you guys when I get my motherboard and do a little warp thing. I don't know. What is up, guys? I am back. It is the 4th of December, and I have received a third item for my computer that I am building. Today we have received our motherboard, the Maximus IX code motherboard. This, honestly, it looks it looks amazing. Honestly, I don't know much of the specs on here other than it's really good when it comes to gaming performance. So it's from Asus, so go check them out. This actually, it's a pretty cheap motherboard for what I want to do with it. So what was it? It was about 200 and some odd dollars. I think like 250, around that area. Or 200 and, no, it was 280, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, pretty good looking motherboard. This is what it looks like. I have pre-installed it into my case just so I know. I wanted to learn how to put it in because I haven't built a PC. Actually, I can't lie. I took a class in school for building PCs, and while I was in school, a friend of mine, he bought like $5,000 worth of
like PC equipment, and he built his own gaming PC, and I helped him build that, and that was pretty much all of my all I've really done with a gaming PC. This one is my own, and I wanted to make sure I got it in the case itself correctly, and so far it looks fine. It's been hanging up here for quite some time. Put all the screws in that needed to be put in. Now, funny story about these screws up here that you're looking at. While I was screwing this on here, I have multiple things of screws that came into this thing, and sadly I ended up putting this top screw in, and then I ended up putting a different screw in each one of the things that was way smaller, so I had to undo all of those and put those big screws back in, and that took some extra time than needed. Now, something that I like about this case is I can have a SSD connected straight to the motherboard, other than having it in like a drive cage or whatever. I can legit, there's a screw right here, you pop it off, or you unscrew it, pop this piece of plastic off, and you can plug your SSD in there. Plus there is a second spot down here that you can plug one in coming straight out. So I think that was it's pretty cool. If I need two of them, I can have them plus the standard like freaking SD drive if I need one. But yeah, I got everything plugged in. I got the all of the main things for the case itself, like all of the, you know, the power switch, the USBs, the restart, the microphones, stuff like that. I have all of those already plugged in, and now I'm just waiting so I can save up some money to get the processor, and then from there it's pretty cheap compared to everything else. So yeah, so far it's looking good, and I think it lights up, if I'm not mistaken, right here. I think it lights up red, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, hopefully within the next couple of weeks I will be able to get a processor, and then I don't know what I'm gonna get from there. Maybe the graphics card, and then the RAM. I don't really have much I need to get. I need to get now the SSD, the RAM, the graphics card, and the processor, if I only said that. So processor, RAM, SSD, graphics card, and then there's and power supply. 5 things. I almost forgot about the power supply. I still haven't gotten that. I think I might wait until last to get the power supply, just because why not? I don't feel like spending money on a power supply right now, and I might be able to use the power supply in my computer that I have like behind me, hopefully, but I'll have to see. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next clip. Alright guys, so I am back here with another update. This is honestly about a month later since my last clip. My last clip I was talking about, what was it? I honestly forgot. I think it was just the motherboard that I got in, and I think that was the last thing that I talked about. But since then, I have gotten 2 new items, and that's 2 new items closer. But first, I want to show you guys. This is it. This is what my PC looks like idling. So I can't turn it on right now because, for one, I don't have a processor, so it's not going to do anything. So I can't, I can hit the power button as much as I want, and nothing's going on. As you can see, there's still no processor in there. I still need to get that, the SSD, and RAM. for the most part, and then I can worry about if I need a hard drive or a what's it called? Oh, and Windows. I need to get Windows. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna put the disk tray from my other computer in here, so I don't have to worry about buying one of those. So yeah, just it sitting here, it lights up different colors. I think that's really cool, and it's a new thing. But as you can see here, we got 2 new items here. So I'm just gonna show you the boxes. First, I got this before I got the other item. This I actually got for Christmas. My dad bought it for me. It's a 750 watt power supply from Corsair. It's the CX750M. It's from the CXM series. If you want to know, I ended up getting this at Best Buy just because I didn't feel like ordering on Amazon, and plus I was there and I saw the exact one in the list that I wanted to get. So I thought that was really cool. Comes with a bunch of different connect ports, as you can see here. And so far I'm using I'm using 3 of the many ports so far when it comes to you know, all this mumbo jumbo. So I got that, and then I recently, I think for Christmas, no, it was after Christmas, while it was still on sale, I ended up getting my graphics card. Now, this isn't the best graphics card in the world. It's a GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. Now, it's only an 8 gig. It's not that bad. I can overclock it if I needed to. But this, for what it is, and how kind of old it is, it's a couple years old. I think it was like 2016 it came out. It's honestly not that bad. It can run GTA 5 at 50 or 60 frames per second with ease on like high settings and everything. That's not even including if you have a good motherboard, which I do, and a good processor plus RAM also. It's pretty good for the price. I got it for about $200, and I think it's $201. It's not a bad graphics card at all, and it looks fresh to death. I honestly love it. Now I'm just gonna tilt this over just a little bit so you can see what it looks like. It has like the orange pinstripes on it. So you got 2 fans. If you ended up wanting to get the just the GTX 1050, I think it only has 1 fan on it. So, you know, this more cooling. You know, this is bigger than the just regular 1050. It's not like the 1080 that my friend Josh has, but it's decent. It's decent. So that's pretty much it, guys. What I have so far done. I've plugged in all the fans, all the ports, tested it out. The motherboard works, as you can see, and yeah, I just need to get the processor, RAM, SSD, and Windows, and we'll be in business. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. Alright guys, so I am back, and I am white. I was gonna say I'm back and I'm black, but I'm not. So this is another update on the PC. As you can see, it's actually starting to come together. Now I've gotten 2 new things within this last clip, and I think the last one was just after Christmas, with the graphics card and the power supply. Now I got 2 new items. First one is the main one that I needed, the Core i7 Intel processor. Yeah, I had to get this. Obviously, if I didn't get one of these, then the computer would not have ran. So I ended up getting this. It was a hefty price of like 300 and some odd dollars, and I did not like that price. But again, what can you do when it comes to the price about that? But overall, it's good, and I guess it's great for the VR experience. I don't know. We'll have to find out in the future. So while I did that, I ended up plugging in the CPU cooler. I turned it on and I tested it. All the fans work. The cooler works. I didn't know, but the it lights up. The Corsair thing lights up, and it kind of matches with the motherboard, which is cool. Got the radiator mounted, as you can see, and yeah, that's pretty much all I've done for this section of the computer. Now, if you go over here, I ended up actually getting a Seagate 2 terabyte hard drive, and I got that just because I was nervous that my other my other hard drive for my other computer. My dog is licking me, dude. Get out of here. My hard drive for my other computer that I'm using now. I was hoping or thinking that it wasn't gonna fit in there, and you know, connection issues and possibly just it not working in general. But overall, this is nice. It gives me more. If I can get that other hard drive out, then I'll have 2.5 terabytes in here, so that should be good. Now, guys, the final things that you will be seeing is when the computer is finally getting completed. So all I need is the RAM, the SSD, and I need Windows, and then I'm gonna boot it up and start going. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm getting excited. Within the next week, I'm gonna be able to finally complete this thing that I've been working on for the past maybe total 2 months, if you count this month, all of December, and yeah, it's a lot of money right here, but I think overall it's going to be looking great and it's going to be playing great. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I get my RAM and my SSD and possibly Windows as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip. Alright guys, I'm back for the final edition of this PC build video. I finally have it up and running with the final 3 parts that I had to receive. One, we got the Vengeance LPX DDR4 16 gigs of RAM. Yeah, I got that in there, looking fresh to death as always. Also, we ended up getting this SSD. Pretty damn good. I got it hidden under the plate right there, which is fine and dandy. And then from my other PC, I ended up using the disk drive on it for, because why not? There's no point in getting another disk drive if I already have one. But it doesn't really match. When you look at it, it's kind of an eyesore, but you know, what can you do? Right now, I'm installing Windows 10. Man, this was a process. It was a good time. I liked building this and looking forward to building it. I'm gonna do another video on my old PC. If you guys want to see that, please tell me down below. But yeah, guys, the PC is built and ready to go. The next clip you might see from me is me saying goodbye and showing you a little of what the PC can do. So we'll see you there. Alright guys, so you just watched me and just struggling within the past month, getting all of these parts for a computer. I finally built it, and now I'm going to tell you guys the results for all of these parts. Now I'm going to tell you for 3 games, 2 of them that I played on a recent laptop, and my other PC within the past like 3 or 4 years. So starting with Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike, I could run it on high settings with this PC. Now this is while I'm recording. Now in the past I've realized when I record, the frame rate drops and I would have to, like, you know, bring down the
you know, it's just everything. Every setting you could think of, it would have to go down on every game to like the lowest thing you could get. But on this PC, you do not have to do that. I can record successfully with the same software I've used in the past since 2012. I can use that to play this game and record and just have a good time. Now, with this game, with high settings, it runs while recording about 500 to 200 FPS while playing Counter-Strike, and I thought that was really, really cool, and it surprised me, honestly. I've never seen that great of stuff on a PC before. Now, going over to another game, we got Garry's Mod. Again, this is another game where before it took forever to load into servers. It would take like 15-20 minutes, sometimes an hour to load into a certain server. But on this PC, it loads within, I'd say, about 2 minutes into a server, which, you know, there's a lot of things in Gmod that need to load, so that makes sense. But in Gmod, playing like games like Trouble in Terrorist Town or Prop Hunt, for this example, I'm going to tell you Trouble in Terrorist Town. It runs between 290 FPS to 130. Now, I think it drops down that low because some maps are big and really detailed, and, you know, sometimes you just, the game's big in general. There's a lot of things you can do, and adding shooting and flying around, or, you know, jumping, you know, stuff like that. It adds to it. So, plus, again, I was recording while doing this. And the final game is a game that I've had on, I think, twice before, is Black Squads. Now, this game is honestly better than I remembered. I was playing it on such, like, low everything that now that I've actually played the game in, like, the best settings that you could, it looks amazing. I can't believe how good it looks. But this game plays great as well. Now, it goes between 200 and 160 FPS on high settings. Plus, I'm recording. So, if I was not recording, it would probably be a little bit higher for all three of these games. But the PC is well worth it, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please tell me down below. If you enjoyed, you know, the journey you took with me on building my first PC, please, you know, give me some love. Alright, guys, I'll see you guys in my next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.